working earlier, so they've kind of mellowed out here. There was hybrids in here. There was eight of them, but one of them got through. So earlier today.
Well, that's comforting to know. We'll look forward to that. And welcome to another session of High Vibe Channeling. Today is August 16th, 2026. And tonight we have the distinct pleasure and honor of Brother Francis Revels-Bey coming back to us and his Higher Realm Collective. He is still an art major and practices, and I've seen one of his drawings of his precious mother, Grace, which was very impressive. And he is a proficient author, meditation teacher, numerologist, spiritual counselor, and he has been practicing his craft for over 50 years. He has taught over 40 different metaphysical topics. And his latest book, which I am reading, Radiant Heart, Seven Amazing Pathways to Connect. And the rest of his books can be found on linktree.com at im.circleofgrace1, the number one, and on you can also connect with him on YouTube at Circle of Grace 1. He is also practicing his craft in Creative Pathwork Meditation at the Resonant Essentials Esoteric School of Metaphysics in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where he lives. And we have enjoyed all of his awesomely connected and divine beings which he brings forth. And if he's got anything else to add, I'm sure he will tell us because we know he probably has that selenite wand underneath his cap.
Didn't put it there yet, but
Okay.
it's going to go there in a second.
Hey, I brought mine in honor. So
Hey, that
and
was reminder. All the selling, I said, "Ooh, we're telling the big one on the altar. You forgot to put us in there."
and thank you and welcome.
That's why I like wearing caps to hold everything in place. Okay, so beloveds, we come as one. When I say one, that is myself, Akhenaten, and Nefertiti. This energy of the Lion's Gate this year for all of you is highly important. And even though people say it's closing down, no, it's still wide open once you tune into the energy of it. It is all about bringing forth your higher self, recognizing it, embracing it, and allowing it to move through you. Once your higher self is there, then your life begins to change, feels different, you act differently. Uh, at times, you no longer allow yourself to react to old triggers. One of the things is you have nothing to compare it with, nothing. So that's how you know it's new. I mean, you'll try to look at your past and say, well, maybe back then, 20 years ago, I was my higher self. No, you weren't. But that doesn't mean that your higher self was not present. It was around waiting for you to evolve to where you are now. The council of higher selves, if we want to say it that way, are telling me to tell you it's like tag, you're it. So if you think you have to, tidy up and get ready to meet up with your higher self, no, it's just going to show up anyway. So it's going to snatch you and put you into the special lane, like a car wash you, windows up or down, doesn't matter. It's going to put you in there. So uh, how can you prepare for it? All you need to do is to meditate often. The more that you meditate, sometimes the faster you get through the process of being your higher self or becoming your higher self. So we want you to study as much as you can, which is to read, but also it is all right to talk out loud. Talking out loud is something you did as a child. When your elders said to you, who is that imaginary person that you're talking to? Well, your higher self was through the veil, like doing its thing. And as a child, you were talking. And of course, sometimes elders would say, I don't see anything. You're making something up. And higher self would be like, don't worry about that. I'm going to still communicate with you. Now that you have grown through several processes of events throughout your life, you're now very much open. And as much as you are preparing yourselves for the contact, it would be good for you to reach up through yourself and be open for your higher self. That way, your higher self will help you have greater discernment. And the reason why we're mentioning that is because in your world, 3D world, you know that there are many, many groups striving to interrupt your connection, hoping that you don't make a connection, hoping that you'll fall into fear and think it's not okay to connect with all of these beings that are getting ready to come in your direction, as well as your higher self. So, of course, the more that you meditate, the stronger you become, the more clear you become, the more open that you will be to the various codes, not only in your light code languages, but you will be able to remember different hand gestures more than you see when you do research. There's other kind of hand gestures where you will be able to communicate. And this is important for you to know that. There will be times where you begin to see through the pineal gland, through your eyes, will be able to see who is around you. And you'll recognize them by the energies that their bodies give off. We want to also let you know that in a matter of moments, we say, other beings, along with your tribe of spiritual ancestors and so forth, they're going to start coming to you during your moments of sleep time and meditation time. They're going to come to you and begin to tune you up. Make sure that your body is balanced so that when these opportunities arrive in your life that lead you to be open, you will be able to handle the energy. If they didn't fine tune your energy, it would literally be like a shock through your system. Now, you remember how you used to walk across rugs with socks on? You thought you're pretty cool, and you saw those sparks jumping off your socks. Then you touch a piece of metal, like, oh my God, you know. Or you go to a restaurant, you get lit up, like, I can't even touch the chair. Let me take my coat off and put it on the chair. And depending on the material of the jacket, that jacket could be lit up, because he's saying, oh, I'm okay, I got a buffer. And then you touch it and then you get shocked again. Well, it's like that. Your energy is going to be turned up, but you will have the proper energetic insulation through your body so that you can handle this new charge of energy. All of your physical senses are going to be heightened. So you'll have greater sensitivity in touch, greater sensitivity through breathing, hearing, seeing, and tasting. And your ancestors and those who have been before you have a heightened sense of taste. That means you're inhaling air and you can tell what's in the air because you're that tuned, tuned up. You can tell, oh, sodium, oh, iron, different metals, uh, chloride, or chromium. You can literally taste the difference. You'll know. Now, we don't want you to feel like you are spacing out. It's just a part of development and journey. What we do want you to do is pay attention to musical tones, the solfeggio tones, all of the tones. And this is important because there are messages embedded in tones. This is why you go to events, be open, and yet be ready, because you might see or learn things that other people aren't getting. And it's not that they're not supposed to, it's just that you are being made ready so that you understand how tones work, how sounds and pitch work. And you will remember them and you will know how to replay them in your mind or hum them, which will bring greater joy to yourself. This is why sometimes you have tones of music or chords, and there's certain ones that you love, and they just seem to be what stuck in your head. It's just there. You're not supposed to sweep it out. You're supposed to enjoy it and let it do its work for you energetically through your system. That's very, very important. The next thing we want you to bathe in is the energy of plants. Plants also are communicating with you. I mean, you could sit there and watch a bee or a hummingbird come in and do their thing and flies, but also everything that's communicating like that with each other is also making itself available to you. So when it captures your eye, really look at it. When you can, place your palms of your hand toward them and move them about slowly to read the energy that the plant is giving off. Just like you have an auric field, they have an auric field. And that's highly important because you will be able to communicate. Everything talks to you. High pitched sounds you can't even hear, low-pitched sounds, some that you can't hear. Other tones are running through you like you are an instrument. So you will be able to communicate. You'll be able to understand why there's a windstorm. I believe we had said maybe several months ago, last year sometime, in your world, hurricane has an eye. And if you could put yourself in the center of that hurricane, then you will understand why it's there, how long it will be there, its direction that it's going to take. And it will let you know we're shaking up a few things, but we promise not to hurt anyone. But there has to be a shaking up and a shaking down to make people reorient their thinking, to get back to a we instead of just me all the time. So these things do that. And the more that people grow closer to being in a state of unity, the less we have to do. We don't have to come through and remind you that you should come together as one unit. Sometimes, with all of the quote unquote negativity that's happening, it is a part of a bigger contract between your soul essence and soul essences of others. Sometimes those that play the bad guy role, well, they're learning about the negative use of power. And often they forget, they get lost. Now it's an ego thing. I got power and I can manipulate 1,000 people here and 20,000 people here. And you might go, why is this out of control? Well, one of their main purposes for amping up is to push you out of your closet into the light, to literally force you to use more light energy than you've used before, to trust yourself to radiate that much more light on the planet, even if you think it's like this, like the size of a, a unit thing like this. Something this size can be as big as a torch if you know how to work the energy. As thin as this is, it becomes like a needle in the sky. But to others who are ready to receive it, it's like a telephone pole. It's thick. It's like the anchor on a boat. It has weight. You have asked often in your journeys of time and space and locations to be prepared to be in service to humanity. Well, when this 888 took place, that opened the door for your remembrance. And now we're just asking you to delve as deep as you can into your memory bank to pull forth as much light as you can to help balance the world around you. And of course, you might want to put a lot of energy out, but it's also very important to take care of you. So work the energy with yourself, balance yourself, strengthen yourself, do what you need to do, whether it's sleep more, eat differently, exercise, read more books. Sometimes you say, I don't want to read any more books. Well, guess what? You can just go to a library, you know. You don't have to touch anything. Just walk around and feel the energy that's already there. And then you begin to draw on it, and you'll be drawn to the right one. You might think, oh, I'm just going to be in the scientific section. And all of a sudden, you wake up and find yourself in the children's section reading a book because there's something there for you. You might drive down the road or walk down the block amongst stores and hear this, there's something in that store for you. And you say, I don't have any money to spend today. And your higher self has said, don't worry about that. You'll get a deal. You'll walk in there and you'll see something, and you might go in and out for a while or over a week, and all of a sudden, managers running the place. I see you come here all the time. Is there anything specifically you're looking for? I just don't have enough to do what I want to do. And they said, come here, take you over to a special little section in the store. I don't know. For some reason, I feel this section and you are married. Take any three items and I'll make it right for you at the cashier. When you were ready, I'll just go over there and it's on me. And you go. Things like that, miraculous exchanges will start to happen. You will be able to be in the right place now at the right time, meeting the right people, saying the right things, doing the right things, and receiving the right things. Why? Because you are in total alignment at that moment. Many of you live near magnetic veins in the earth. This one lives in a place where he learned before he was here that there's a vein of selenite that runs right through the center of the city, right through the center of the state, coming up out of Mexico. No wonder he likes selenite. Can't get enough of the stuff. As long as he doesn't drink it, he's fine. But you learn these things. You start doing research. It's the same thing when a person says, "Oh, I bought this house, but there's something off with this energy," and then you find out the people who built that house or neighborhood 50 years ago knew that there was a cemetery there and just built over the top of the cemetery. Now you got all these beings walking through your house on your property, want to know what the heck are you doing there because they remember something from 1950 or 1970. And here you are right on top of them. But it's not your fault. You just now made aware of what was going on in that area. And because you learn more about it, it no longer becomes harmful to you because then you're clearing the space, not for yourself, but them as well, because they're stuck there. They don't know all these pillars are lighter for them to walk into and go into the next zone of their existence. They just keep coming back. So we want you to be aware, more aware than before. And it would be very unique that you study body language. The reason for that is you will understand, if nothing else, if the person in front of you is being truthful or not, hiding something, lost. You know, they could be physically lost, but their face might wear the mask that says they're okay, but their body says, I'm lost. We don't know where we're at. So you'll be able to read the body language. You'll be able to read the language of many things. And then you get into the language of water, the language of trees, the language of plants, the language of insects. You'll start reading and seeing and comprehending and understanding. And as time goes on, you will remember. You will remember just how good you are at reading energy. Get yourself a pendulum, dowsing rods, and work with them. Why? It increases your energy so that you could feel the energy between you on the physical plane, you and the energy that you're around, and your higher self. It is your higher self that interprets tarot cards, not you. You just do the little part. You just shuffle. But it's your higher self that's reading. You hold the pendulum, you hold the rods, but it's your higher self that's coming through you that's moving it. So pay attention to those things, and then you will know just how sensitive you are. Another thing, get in the habit of enjoying a moment of silence. Work yourself up to about an hour, just enjoying absolute silence. Why? Because if you can be comfortable with the silence around you in your residence, in your body, you will be able to tell the difference between your silence and the silence right outside your residence. You'll be able to tell. Yeah, you go out there and you hear the crickets. Yeah, you'll hear the buzz of the bees and flies, but you'll be able to interpret that. Everything sets off a charge of energy. There's that saying that people would say, uh, a butterfly or a bird flaps its wings 3,000 miles away and it's moving energy. But you're 3,000 miles away, you don't see it flap its wings. But when you become sensitive, you notice something that didn't move before gets up and moves based on all of that energy 3,000 miles away. You're becoming like that, not just an empath, a sensitive, a true sensitive. This is why all the ancient tribal people, yeah, we said, oh, they don't have shoes. Their feet were so tough they can read the vibration through the ground. They can tell when something was out of place, and they could track that energy and go where they need to go. They watch the animals. Oh, why those animals are running this way, going uphill into the mountains, and you're still standing there? The animal doesn't have time to turn around and say, hey, look, there's a storm coming, there's an earthquake coming. Follow us. It don't have time to tell you. It just assumes that you know. So we bring this, myself and Nefertiti, we bring this to you because exercise your spiritual skills, exercise those skills enough where it opens you up like new wine coming in, which is new talents, new gifts coming in. Take the old gifts that you haven't touched in a while and work with them. All of this will help you become more sensitive and more balanced, have a keener awareness. And then watch, you start to attract more and more things to you. So we want you to know that. And so Attila and Salina from up here, selenite guardians, they are ready to talk to you. And I, Akhenaten and Nefertiti, bow out to you. The ability to have selenite is truly a blessing. It is a blessing to have them, to study them, to hold them, to wear them, to place them in vases or bowls throughout your house if you want. Selenite can charge up all other gems, just like a clear quartz cluster will do, an amethyst cluster will do. Clusters charge other things. Selenite has a unique ability to cleanse other gems, just having them right next to it. So we want you to exercise your knowledge. We come back to tell you that we help your body become more flexible, especially when you wear it. We help you work with the calcium deposits that build up around your joints. We help remind you to massage the soles of your feet, massage your hands. massage any part of your body you can touch because it's needed now. You have to be flexible enough so you can receive light that comes to you. And this is highly important. We want you to be able to learn so much more. We want you to not let the external world dumb you down. You see, you're supposed to keep expanding, keep growing. The more you learn, the bigger this is going to become. This is why you see all these beings with large heads, because they got tons of information. And you're thinking, is that a heavy head? And they go, oh, no, not at all, because they can hold it. Just like those various tribal women would take those big, humongous vases and walk all over the village with them on their head and reach down and get things and carry a baby at the same time. You're going like, they must have a seriously strong neck. Yes, they do, but they have perfect alignment, and that's why they can do it. And they're very flexible. That's another thing. So we want you to flex your body. See, we are around you. We are a part of the gems. So selenite is going to be a huge master healing stone on so many different levels for you. It's going to bring back youthfulness to yourself. Your skin gets smoother the more selenite you have around. You can put it next to bottles or glasses of water, and it charges them right through the lead glass. It'll charge the water. We want you to put them near your bed, if you can, underneath your bed, so that your body is sleeping in the light of selenite. Why? Because when you dream, your dreams become fluid and you begin to remember even the minutest part of your dreams that you normally wouldn't pick up. You begin to remember all of that. Selenite is a conductor of energy, and it will help you gain more information about all your other gems. So just like you and I and everybody else and the fur babies, you're all having communication signals. Well, so are the gems, communication signals. And the Deva Kingdom connected to the gems like we are. I'm Attila and my partner, Salina. We're communicating with amethyst in your house. But here's the coolest thing. This selenite is communicating with selenite here, but it's connected to and communicating with your selenite, wherever you are in the world. And these selenites are holding their own meeting, having communication big time going on. Because the more aware that you become of this distant connection, the stronger your communication abilities will become. This is why your cat or your dog can twitch his ears, have his back to you, and know that, oh, mommy's talking about me. Turn their ears around. I hear every word you're saying. I hear everything that's going on over here, but I could hear you too. They do it naturally. You want to be very flexible. So study your Qigong, study your yoga, study your Pilates. Do whatever you need to do, even as basic sitting in a chair and movement. The more movement you have, the stronger you'll be, the more energy you can carry. This is why you're being led to have certain foods removed from what you eat and replace them with other foods. Now this is, you could go from being a person that all you have is fish to a person that goes vegan for like a month or two, just to make some adjustments, and then gradually flip from vegan to vegetarianism. and then flip and go into something else. There is no judgment because all things sacrifice, all. And in the sacrificing of themselves, they are learning something about humanity, and humanity is learning something about them. So you might go from chicken to fish or beef or whatever, and then one day you don't have it because you might go through a partial guilt trip. I shouldn't have been eating them, you know. But then you go into plants and you consume plants, and then one day the plants go, let me know when you're ready to be a breatharian, okay? And then you become a breatharian for a while. And the plant is going, yay! Leaving us alone. They're going to be a breatharian. And then if you live long enough and have done everything that you were told to do, you move out of the breatharian to pure spirit energy. These are the things that the hybrid children and hybrid adults do. They're not having physical water per se or plant. They're having the energy of it. So they can go into a cornfield and tomato field and pull all these things together and put them in a bowl. He said, but they're not eating the food. No, they're eating the energy that the food has. That's what they're indulging in because there's communication going on. They only need the seed of a watermelon and suck on the seed of several watermelons or many seeds of one watermelon. And then the watermelon says, okay, now I'm going to show you how to use every part of me. You're going to eat the red or the yellow part and go all the way down to the rind. Now don't throw the rind away. You're going to boil the rind. It's an element in that you need. You will do like the ancient tribal people have. Nothing was wasted. Said, boy, they ate everything. Even the banana peel they ate. They drank the juice of the banana peel. How did they do that? Awareness and remembrance. Listening to nature, dictating to them how to do something. So it's the same with gemstones. Some people only need one or two or a different type, and that's it. Some people need it like a garden. It's like that movie you all listened to one time, where the actor said to the dog, Sparky, you can never get enough sugar. You can never get enough selenite, lapis, sodalite, ruby, garnet, tourmaline. You'll never get enough because it all outnumbers you. Rough form, polished form. The more you have, the more intriguing it becomes, the more you learn about yourself. So, we say from the world of selenite, you are strengthening the selenium on the inside of your body, and we will tell you which foods to find it in. That way, you're replenishing on different levels. And as they move on, we have coming together Bahalu, the sister of Balu, and they're inside the earth. And Benel is there as well. And they're looking at the various veins of crystals that are embedded down in the earth. We have said before, months ago, that many more gems are going to come through the earth. and more are going to come up through the earth. The interesting factor is some people will be aware and again will be in the right place at the right time to see the gems. And other people will be on another frequency and never see the gems. They'll see them as regular rocks. But the person right behind it will see the quartz version of the hard rock. And they'll be able to sit there and learn. Your hands and your feet are sensors. People say ground on the earth. Yes. Use your palms, though, and read the earth. Feel the earth. Sometimes you take take an insulated cloth, we'll call it, like a blanket or something, to put between your body and the earth. So you don't pick up the dampness out of the earth. And you don't pick up the other things that you shouldn't pick up out of the earth, which are the deposits that animals leave after they finish eating. You don't want those things in your system. So always carry a little something with you if you feel like sitting on the ground. But we want you to meditate outdoors in nature whenever you can. We want you to enjoy rain whenever you can. Now, yes, there are certain chemicals that are in the rain, but because you become sensitive and know the difference, you'll be able to communicate with the rain and you'll be moved into the right location to receive that rain. So you'll go, person over here would say, I was over there and it got me so nauseated, the rain. Mm. And you're going, well, I was over here and I was just laughing and enjoying the rain. I was almost literally drinking the rain because you're listening to nature and nature is guiding you to the right place. So you will never be placed in harm's way. This is important for you to comprehend. We want you to go into a crystal store. If you have the big ones in your area, get to know the people that run the stores. That way they don't think you're in there just not going to buy anything, because you come here almost every day. You're not buying anything. You get to know the people, they get to know you. They don't care if you're in there. You can buy nothing because your magnetism that you carry brings people to them anyway. They can sit there, have nobody there from the time they open to about lunchtime. And here you come, you've been there for about 30 minutes, and your body is giving off a signal going all over the city, and someone all over the city says, you know what, I'm gonna spend my lunchtime, I'm gonna go to Mama's Minerals, I'm gonna go to Jake's Crystal Shop, I'm gonna go to Lauren's blah 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 blah, and I'm just gonna sit there and read and talk and read the magazines and look and see what they have. And you probably just buy one little item that's $10. But all these other people are there and they're spending $60 a person, 10 people. The next crew comes in, 60 plus 20. Someone comes in. How much is that big humongous? Oh, that thing over there look like angel wings. Man, that thing is about $5,000. Can I put it on a layaway? And the owner is, I don't know. Yeah, I think you can. He said, well, I'm going to put $1,500 on it right now. Hold it. And I'll be back with some more until I pay it off. And then that thing goes. All because you came. You followed what spirit wanted you to follow. You listened to your higher self, and you brought a whole bunch of new business to a store owner. And they're going to realize you are one lucky person because you brought them what they call was luck. You see, you brought them new business. You keep doing it. After a while, they say to you, manager, and you say, okay, I got about $60 worth. Manager, don't worry about it. We have a sale today. I didn't see any sale in the window. Yeah, we have a sale just for you today. Give me 45 and skedaddle. And I'll pay the rest. Because you're doing the right thing. Because you're living on principle alone. That's worth more than money. Your principles turn into virtue. That's worth more than millions of dollars. That turns you onto something bigger. Before you know it, you're seeing bigger things. Things are coming to you. That's like when people sit out in the park, and all of a sudden people have babies and strollers walking with children, and all of a sudden the children are sitting with those adults. Then a dog that normally would bark at somebody else sees you and don't even bark at you, just comes over and lays up against you because they know you carry spiritual force and it's healing to them. These things are beginning to happen more and more and more and more. So when you feel that urge to go to a crystal shop, go to a gem and mineral show, don't miss. Go. You may buy something, you may not, but all them gemstones picked up on your vibration and say, looky here, there's somebody that's on their way here. I can't wait for them to come. And I just open up and all the gems are talking, and you're led to find the right gem out of 300 vendors. You find it that no one else found. Everything is starting to talk to you. We just need you to listen. Everything. You might take your whole house and turn it into a gem and mineral shop. Just specimens of things. And I mean literally everything. From your bedroom to your living room to your bathroom to your kitchen to your dining room. Open the closet, there's some more. Down in the shoes, vibing the shoes up. But it's coming. We're getting you ready for that ultimate contact that you've all been waiting for 50 years or more. It's happening in every moment. Open yourselves up. It's happening in every moment of your life. Because your brothers and sisters in the galactic ships flying around, oh, look at here, they're communicating with the hybrids. Well, we're next. We get a little closer, a little closer. I think we'll land in Dan's backyard. He opened the back. What is this? He hears the sound and he goes in. Oh my goodness. I thought I was dreaming this. This is real. And it goes, yes, it is. Come on. We want to show you something. And then you thought you took off and went somewhere, but you didn't. You were right there experiencing internally, but you had the big journey externally. There's so much that you will begin to grow in awareness and begin to remember. You will go back in ancient times and remember all of your past lives and literally track most of them right to your current. And then you're going to go, should I go a little further? And then your higher self say, yeah, come on, I want to show you something. And next thing you know, you're looking at your future self. Or you're inside the matrix and you see every part of yourself that's doing something. From the one that lived as a pauper to the one who lived as a king, to the one that owned horses, to the one that lived as a military officer, to the one that made shoes, to the one who quilted. You've done it all. You'll remember. Now the key is remember those parts that are flooding into this lifetime that allows you to sew it all together so that you become what? More open. Because you have to be open enough for the light in you to cascade out. not just in front of you, sides and behind you, underneath and above you. So Bahalu and Balu say, huh? Benel's over here pacing back and forth. He's pacing. He's like full of energy today. So we're going to slide over because he has something important to tell you. And then, of course, we'll finish this up with Mother Grace. She's sitting in the wings. Beloveds, I am Benel. We cannot wait to materialize, to be with you. You know, many of you that we see you running and walking, we like that. We're right there with you. There's a reason you feel like slowing down and wiping your brow and looking around. We're right there with you. Sometimes we mimic that, you know. We love your journeys. We love your walks. We climb trees. Don't worry, you don't have to climb a tree. If you never climbed a tree, don't do it. But at least touch a tree. That is important. So nature is looking for you. Mother Nature, known by many names, pronounced in different ways, is ready to receive you again, to teach you again. We want you to really understand the mechanics of water. The reason for that is when you understand how to work with water, you'll be working with your own bloodstream at the same time. So, yeah, you'll learn how to write messages on paper, put them next to bowls of water, bottles of water, gallons of water, and guess what? The blood is getting the message at the same time. You're just not writing the seed water outside, change and respond. Blood inside changes and responds. And this is important for you to understand. This is what the medical field around the world never wanted you to understand, that you are the first physician. You are the one that heals yourself first. You are the one that can reject foreign medicine because it has no place in the body. But because over time you were changed gradually, you had to give in a little bit. But your sovereignty is coming back. Henceforth is why you channel. Because there's nothing better than you and whoever you're channeling. No middle person. Nobody. In other words, you don't have to go to the queen and say, "Well, this is what I want you to say," and you have no idea. The king is rewriting your message and putting in something different, and you never get the message. You channel because there's no middle person, just you and the beings, all of them. So here's a extra message. Go to Sirius, go to Lyra, go wherever you want to go at night. Think about it during the daytime and ask to be awakened so that you can remember the communication and the things that you learn in these other galactic locations. The more you learn while in the dream mode, the more you can exercise in the physical 3D world when it calls for it. That's a very unique thing to itself. To be able to communicate from wherever you are at in the world and can communicate with beings in Lyra and all these other locations and all the ascended masters and all the ancient empires and all the, you name it, you will understand that, oh, I once lived during the Yellow Empire. Amazing. I remember building that bridge. I remember talking to that Pacific animal. I remember being chased down by cheetahs, and then they ran past me because something was chasing them. And I said, oh, they weren't after me. But you learn how to communicate. That's the message. So read what you need to read, study what you need to study, get in with the gemstones, really get in with them to understand them, to know how to use them. Go deep as you can. Talk to the hybrids when you feel them around you. They have many, many messages other than the ones that we give others, because you all have a unique encyclopedia of energy inside of you that needs to be awakened so that you begin to remember, so that you could have the ultimate question and answer. What is my purpose? Your purpose is to be love, light, kind, but use discernment. That's important. Besides, if you don't have discernment, you'll feel like you're wasting time and spinning your wheels, going around and around and around and around and around. You'll feel like you're in a rut, and you don't want to feel that way. You want to know that you're growing. That's important. So study thyself. Learn how to heal thyself as much as you can. And be open to change when it's appropriate. You don't have to be open to change all the time, unless it's coins that you can spend. Open to that change. So I'm going to bow out because Mother Grace is here. And she enjoys visiting all of you. Beloved brothers and sisters, do not be afraid to have more courage. You must have more courage. So much stuff is messed up in the world. We need to see your courage. We need to see your light. We want you to be that beacon light. We want you to show up as light as best you can. I'm not asking you to create the energy so that you feel like it's a burden. You don't want to do that. But what you want to be able to do is show your light. There's there's certain creatures that can't handle the light. They run in your walls all the time. But the minute you cut on that light, they're gone. Same with people who are negative. As soon as they see all that light coming, they can't be negative anymore because their shadows can be seen. No more shadows. When you have that much light going on coming out of each and every one of you on the planet, no one can hide. And some of those individuals that lost their way through ego power begin to turn back toward not being so self-centered, ego, controlling, manipulative, mean, angry. They just give up because of you, because of your courage. Speak your truth all the time. That is essential to your wellness factor about yourself. Now, your higher self is with you all the time. Communicate, talk to your higher self. Just like you would talk to the cells in your body and say, how can I help you? What do I need to consume food-wise? What do I need to exercise? What kind of clothing should be on my body? What kind of shoes should I wear? Your body will tell you. In most cases, it will say, just keep it simple. Don't make it so difficult. And then you'll be able to glide through your life better and better and better. We're looking forward for all of you because the various councils that belong to all the galactic nations are looking forward to you to get a little nosy. Asked to be taken to Saturn, Sirius, Venus, the moon, the sun, other galaxies, Orion. Why? You have membership there too, you know. You know, there's the comedian says, what's in your wallet? What is in your wallet? Funny, my phone picks up on my words and Siri is trying to complete it. That's a first. But it is your time. Before you go to sleep every night, throughout the day, ask to be taken to a place where you can learn, where you can remember who you are, what you're here to do, and how to best make it work for yourself, how to create the new sense of reality, how to get away from the 3D consciousness and wear the breastplate of the 4D and the heart, right? Fourth realm consciousness, and learn how to speak your truth. 5D. So now you can take your brow center, pineal gland, and connect it to your eyes so you can see what you need to see, and then connect it to the crown. There's so many other channels that are starting to come through other realms over the next 20 years. So much more is coming that you don't have to wait for 20 years, though. It could happen in 20 months to you that you notice these things are happening. 20 weeks, you notice these things are happening. You go, wow, it's 20th day. Something is about to happen. You'll be able to tune into that energy and make it work for yourself. So develop courage to see, courage to ask the right question for yourself, courage to learn more than you've ever learned before, and be open to the learning because what you learn will trigger your remembrance about who you really are. And as that side of you kicks forward, then you become. That's why it is very important to ask to blend, to unite with your higher self so that you learn faster. Higher self has every key imaginable. And once you do that, it gets easier. That's why you feel like your weeks are so short. Today to you is Sunday, but it may feel like still Saturday to most of you. Saturday felt like Friday. Then all of a sudden, time don't matter. You just wake up when you want to, go to sleep when you want to, but even when you go to sleep, you're still learning, still taking in information, still dreaming on bigger levels. So courage is what you need. In fact, in the word courage is core. You stick a E in there and go to the French English dictionary. Core is heart. It's the age of the heart. Let your heart expand. So that way you become more of your true self on earth. You become this living light being on earth. And with that, my friends, until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we're alive and well. in the age of remembrance. Thank you. Where are those hearts coming from? I can't
Higher
even find them
realms.
on there.
You called them in.
I want to thank everybody for being here.
And thank you. And your divine, or your higher realm collective. Always a pleasure. And 3 pages of notes for me.
Wow. All in shorthand?
No, I don't have that kind of app on my computer.
Okay.
I'd have to learn more. I got other stuff to take care of. But thank you.
You're welcome. Seeing a lot of light around me. All around here, light. Silver, blue, gold dollops of light. So it was a good today. Very good day. Channeling earlier and thought
Sweet.
I'll sneak in a nap. That didn't happen. So I had some soup, and that was good enough. So I am open to any questions or comments.
Okay. I have dowsing rods, but they don't seem to move at all. So am I doing something wrong?
You have what? What?
Dowsing rods, the rods.
Oh, it takes time.
Okay, so I just keep
Yeah,
massaging them.
yeah. What it is you have to find out what a yes means for you and what a no means for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a tool that connects you to your higher self so that you become open, and then the expression of the energy will flow through you. Do not grip the rods tightly. Keep a loose grip on them, and then you'll see them begin to move. It's usually when we're not overthinking that they start to move because we're open. So for some people, yes could be them coming together. For
Mm-hmm.
other people, yes could be open,
Okay.
maybe. And there's just so many ways, but it's a direct way of communicating with your higher self that will tell you how it's going to flow through you. No two people are the same. Same with pendulums.
I'll try again.
Well, you just take your time. When you least expect it, that's what it, yes, no, maybe. But it'll come. And you practice all over your property if you want. It'll lead you to the strong points where you live and how the energy is flowing there. When you do work with them, listen very carefully because you'll hear the message of what's going on in that area. And then it'll start to make sense. Then you're establishing your own language. But what's going to happen is you're going to turn into the rods.
Cool.
That's what it does. You become the rod. So you won't have to walk like Frankenstein. I have to which way, but because you're feeling it through the palms and your fingertips, you pay attention to that, and then you'll know. Then over time you realize you're it, and that's just the extension of you. So there you go.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And that'll put a wraps on this particular session.